time does matter, right? It matters that you connect with your child. What I just described was quality time, right? It's essential. But if that's all you ever did was spend that 15 minutes and then you gave your children back to the nanny and you went out to dinner with your husband and you did that every night, that's not going to work for your child. 15 minutes is not enough, even if it's high quality time. So that's what I mean by quality time is a myth. I think that often we're in a problem it's been true in the United States for a while now, and it's certainly true for the parents who you work with, the parent circle. When the mother works outside the home and the father works outside the home, they're both very busy. And I think it's wonderful. I do work outside the home, and I did even when my children were little, not in the first couple of years, but after that I did. And I think many parents don't have a choice. I had a choice, right? That I could stay home some of the time and that I could work part-time some of the time. But parents often don't even have a choice. They have to work outside the home because otherwise, how do they pay for their apartment or whatever? So I don't want parents to feel bad about, I do not think women need to stay home. I do not think that. I think men need to step up more and be more involved, first of all. In the morning and at night, I think, and on weekends, men need to be more involved. It should not fall all on a woman's shoulders. That's very clear because A, children need their dads, and B, women can't do it by themselves. When they're working outside the home and also at home with the children, they can't do it all. And so men need to be more involved than often is the case. But also, I think we just can't do everything. So an example would be cooking. I would say that if you're working outside the home, you can't come home and cook. You don't have time. You want to come home and connect with your child. So either someone else has to cook, or you buy some food that's prepared, or you eat very simply. Maybe, you have the most simple food. Maybe you have leftovers from yesterday. Maybe you make food on the weekend and you eat it through the week, but you eat simply instead of trying to cook anything elaborate. I often find that women expect themselves to cook an elaborate meal, even when they worked all day outside the home. And it's just not possible to do everything. So I would say when your children are young, they need you more. When they're older, they don't need you as much. You can do other things then. But right now, when they're young, your priority is to take care of your children and to connect with them and to take care of yourself, to stay in communication with your partner so that your marriage doesn't fall apart, and to work on your job. But you can't do other extra things. And I say anything you can, if you have the money to pay somebody to do it, do it. If you can buy prepared food, if you can pay someone to clean your house, absolutely do it, because you can only we're given each 24 hours in the day. That is it. And your children need a lot of it. I want to just say one other thing about this. Women mostly need something outside the home. They're not happy just staying home with their children, because in our culture, it's not a tribal village anymore where you would have other women to be cooking with all day and chatting with and gathering food and gardening with, right? We don't have that anymore with our children all running around us together. Instead, we're all in individual apartments and in individual jobs, and forget the jobs. We're in individual apartments, and we get lonely when we're just by ourselves. No one should have to raise children by themselves. And so I think most women do like to work outside the home at least some of the time because it's fulfilling. And that's great. That's great. But your children deserve you. If you're choosing to have children, know that it's going to be a lot of time. It's just a lot of time to engage with children. And we should tell the truth about what women need, right? They should not be forced to stay home and cook and clean if they don't want to do that. But we should also tell the truth about what children need. What children need is connection with their special adults. And sometimes they do have a special nanny who was there from the time they were born and stays with the family a very long time, and she's like a family member. But most of the time, that's not the case anymore. At least in the United States, it's not. And I think really all over the world, that's changing. And so I think really they need connection with their parents no matter what, if you want influence with them. And so I would just say Let's tell the truth about what children need and let's give it to them. And let's find a way to support mothers better so that they also get their needs met.